Hello, guys. Welcome to a do-over squad commentary to show and talk about how to play a do-over squad on console as opposed to PC, where you have a lot more of an ability to, edit your way out of situations and build a lot faster, and so you can maintain the advantage of your opponents. But on console, a lot of things happen slower, so it's a little bit more difficult to be able to, maintain that advantage and push your opponents to get the W. So the place we're going to drop here is in between Salty and Retail. There's this place that has about, two houses that are close to Salty, or three, I should say, and then two houses that are close to Retail. So this is kind of like a practice for a competitive match between my partner and I, FTLIG and me, Mediocre. So I'm going to be dropping at the three houses that are by Salty, and you can see them on the top of your map, those three houses that are all the abandons. And my teammate's dropping at the two houses that are closest to Retail, which he's going to drop to, where she's going to rotate to once he gets all his loot. And I'm going to rotate to Salty. So as you can see here first, I checked to see how many people are trying to land in Salty, and I saw about 8 to 10 people. So I know that place is going to be a hot place with a lot of people fighting. And the reason why this is important is because when you're doing a competitive tournament, you want to be able to push for as many kills as you can get. So it's very important to know, where people are landing. And from seeing where the people were landing, I saw that Salty is going to have enough people for me to push and try to get some kills. And since there are teams, I know that they're not going to be focusing on me and fully shielded up. So if I only saw 4 people drop there, for example, I'm not going to try to drop in that area because the chances are they're a team. And if I were to push them, I'd probably, have a rough time because they'd have full shields and full loot. But if they were another squad there, if I were to, loot my area in time and get to that, get to Salty, I'd be able to clean up or pick up maybe 1 or 2 people and play a little bit more passively while they're still trying to loot or heal up from their first encounter. So as you can see here, I'm just going to fast forward through all of the unnecessary stuff. Don't need to see me, smacking wood down and getting resources, but it's very important to do in early game. So as you can see here, I'm starting to approach Salty, and I'm just checking to see, and I think I hear some gunshots in the distance of seeing people loot. Yep, I see people to the left. And I try to scope out to see where are all the people at. Don't want to take shots immediately because if if you're not really sure where all your opponents are, I can easily get sniped in the head if I'm not careful. But since I saw 3 people were engaging right in the middle, I knew exactly where they were all going to be. And right now I know there's only 1 person left, so I'm just trying to, focus in on him. This is very risky because if I did miss that, I had a very low health and be in a very sticky situation. But, I knew I can catch myself on that ledge and be fine. So right now I'm just going to land shots and just keep spamming the guy over here. I could have done 1 or 2 things. I could have pushed him, which would have been completely fine, which is probably what I should have done. But I decided to play this a little bit more passively because I didn't know the skill of my opponent. And since this is a tournament, I don't want to risk it and get killed right off the bat in case we do need some kills or I do need to stay alive. So I dropped down on this guy to see if I can get a pump shot on him. Completely potatoed those 2 shots, but that's besides the point. I know he's built on the stairs, so the minute I saw that he was up on top of the stairs, I run away. But then I knew he was going to try to turn around and come back, so I built behind me to protect myself. Now, knowing that he was going to try to come back upstairs, I go where I knew he was going to run up. And right when he edited, I was ready to pump him in the face, which is very smart. So that's probably the smartest thing I did in this whole scenario. But, you just got to be aware of, the places that your opponent can go. Since I only knew he can be in that region, I knew that that was going to be the best place to push, since that's where I had a feeling he was going to try to come out of. So now I'm going to quickly fast forward again and get to the point. So I'm just looting up all the opponents that were killed in Salty. Next, I saw that my teammate was successfully stayed alive in Retail, which is, it's amazing that both of us survived, so it's great. So I'm rotating towards him because he said he has a couple more people on him and he's in a little bit of a sticky situation. So I'm just trying to, as quickly as possible, make my way towards there. So first, I try to scope out the air and I see that there's a guy trying to push him. Missed that slime. Man, I wish I had that. That was close. But I continue to rotate towards the left because if I just run straight through the town, I could get sandwiched and pinched if that guy were to turn around who's pushing onto my teammate. And my teammate's at 10 health, so he's not going to initially want to push out. So I had to push more towards the left, try to get on the left side and see if I can get a different angle. He's turtle up right now, so he's pretty safe. But I continue to move towards the left, making sure I'm not getting hit from my right. And to see where the opponents are, build up to protect myself. Take a few scopes in. He's calling him out at the moment to tell me, where they are, where they could be. So I'm just trying to scope the town to see if I can see any of them. I'm just trying to stay protective and cover because they don't know I'm here yet. So I don't need to give this position away. So he calls him out and says one's on top of me. I take the snipe, knock that guy down, and then I immediately start to push once he tells me he's coming out. So the minute I hear him starting to come out, I try to make my push and build towards him as fast as I can. Luckily, he got the kill, so I'm surprised he got that guy with only 10 health. And then he just got trapped, but he finessed him apparently, which is, great by his part. So, I'm just trying to box us in, make sure we're protected and that we don't get shot by anyone. It's very important that you guys coordinate and communicate. See, he was on very low health, so he wasn't going to be a very important, fighter in this fight. But he needed to stay up. So it's very important that you communicate, let each other know where they are so that you're able to play smart and take advantage of any situation where you might be an advantage with, against people with full shield and full health. So it's very smart on how he played that situation, and, he got the kill. So now I'm going to fast forward through some looting, and you don't need to see this. Right now we see that the circle's closing in, and we're going to move towards Dusty Depot. It's a very big hotspot and a lot of rotations for any sort of game. And you should expect to see a lot of teams that are going to be hovering near it. It won't be exactly in it, but they should be around the vicinity, whether it's in the mountains or they could be in the valley. So I'm just moving forward, trying to, pressure this team, trying to get some snipes in them if I can, see if I can get in a good position. So as you can see here, just trying to take some shots from a distance, try to get them weak, see what we can do. What I should have done also is, build a little bit on my side, but, I just didn't think there was a team over there. So I felt confident that I can get those shots in. I'm trying to scope out the area to see. I noticed they were shooting another team, so I want to make sure that I'm not pushing at the wrong spot and maybe get swept by a team that's on the big mountain on me. Try to take a snipe shot. Guy sees at the last second and moves away, which is smart of him. Guy's built on one stilt. I probably could have shot that down. Didn't think of it at the time, but seeing it now, you can definitely shoot down that one wall to try to get rid of it, maybe with crouch shooting rapidly. I didn't choose to. So I'm just trying to see if I can get a snipe on him, see if we can, poke his head out real quick and try to get some snipes. I see my teammate gets to snipe on a guy deep, so I try to move in a little bit, see if I can get a kill. Saw the guy was trying to crouch snipe, pick that boy up, send him back to the lobby. Now I'm trying to get the move in, and my teammate calls out and says he has a person down in that left building over there. So I try to move myself in, try to get myself in a better position to see if I can get those kills. Here I start to build up. I try to get a quick drag scope snipe, hit him for the body. Don't mind the circular potato aim. It was a little bit bad, but it's all good. Try to take some shots, keep knocking him down. See, I'm just spamming. I should have did some building on my left. The circle's closing in, right? And I didn't build to my left, which shows that if someone was sweeping out a salty, for example, they could have easily picked me off. But that's something I can, I'm learning from watching these videos too on how I can play better. Build some more protection, cover myself, don't leave myself vulnerable if I don't need to. He gets a knock on this guy, so I know that there's teammates. The last guy that he knocked over here, so we're just trying to look for him. I hear him on the bottom, so I try to go from behind and spam the AR. He's going to throw a C4 in, and right when he blows it, I'm ready to just pop the guy in the head right when everything gets uncovered, just like that. So now we're going to do some another rotation. We're going to move towards the mountain and tilted. So over here, when we get towards the tilted side of the hill, I get a call out from my teammate, and he said that there's a player that's in the porta fort. So one of the important things to do is when you're in a squad game, you don't want to take any bad shots or snipes at people, because it just gives them an immediate sound to where you are and where you're located on the map. So you want to really take and be cautious if they don't know where you are. Try to take a good, nice shot, line it up, like as you can see this guy right here. Wait for him to take a little still, and then just pop him right in the head, and then we move in. So it's very crucial that you take your time when you're trying to push a squad and don't give your position away if you have good position like we did on the high ground, because they could have easily just pushed on top of the hill and really screwed us up because they were getting pressured by another team on the other side. So that was very smart we played. So I'm just going to hold this angle as my teammate pushes, trying to see if I can get another snipe shot. He called he was going to use a C4. I'm just trying to scope out to make sure that give him any calls if there's people pushing him. After he downs this guy, I begin to move in. I tell him that there's someone pushing up to him. Just keep the communication going. Once he starts building up, I try to see if I can knock him down. Doesn't happen. But I knock him right there, and I tell him I knocked him, and he dropped down. So he allows our teammate to move in, get just quick shotgun shots on him, and then finish him off like that. All right, now I'm going to quickly go through some of the looting phase. You don't really need to see this. So right now we know that the circle is closing in, and we're expecting teams to be coming into Tilted or coming from, whether it's Pleasant Park or Shifty Shaft. So we know this place is going to be very hot. this side. So what we wanted to do is use the already pre-built ramps, so that the enemy doesn't know that we're trying to close in. Also, we're scoping out to see, okay, we see 2 players, one went to hide and one's going out to the right. So we decided to target fire the one that went on its own to the right and try to get some shots in. I see this guy trying to poke up, and I make the biggest mistake of all, standing still. I repeat, do not stand still. You will get sniped, sniped, sniped. As you can see, it kind of really screwed us up. And what I should have done was take a couple shots at the guy, realize he was a sniper, and pulled off or built. Don't think you can outshoot anyone, especially if they have a sniper. All it takes is one good shot to the head and you're dead. That's the motto, boys. Anyway, so luckily I had a teammate that can pick me up. We backed off, went into the porta fort, closed ourselves in. Then we decided to heal ourselves, try to put down campfires. We had a little bit of a mess up with the balancing pads. Heal up real quick, get our shields back to full. We weren't concerned about a team coming out of tilted. We felt that everyone was in front of us. With this team, we wanted to hold off a little bit, not take a shot. We wanted to see how they built, so we can get an easy pick on the guy sitting still. I saw this guy ready to take a snipe and sit still. I just shot a little bit over. If I had that snipe, I would have been in a lot better shape, but, I missed it. And that happens in this game. You can't hit every shot, unless you're Ninja or Cypher, but, I'm not one of those two. Anyway, as you can see, they're trying to shoot people up on the hill. So we're aware that there's people to our left, but we just felt that they were holding the other 2 team players down, and we were able to just, try to get these guys picked off. Realizing they're launching towards us, so I continue to turn around and build backwards, so I can get maybe a different angle, so I'm not like right on top of them. And I see that they're launching towards these buildings over here, so I laser this guy real quick, take him down, and then I noticed that they started rapidly building up, so I try to take down their buildings, but quickly they're connected with my teammate, so I decided to try to push on in and try to get a low ground on it. So I realized I don't have a lot of mats. I only have about 350. And the issue with that is that if I were to try to build up, like I try to think about here, I was going to try to build up, decided not to, was that if I were to build up and use, let's say 150, 200 mats to get at least on their close to the level, I would only have 100 mats to try to get above them, or even if they're trying to shoot me down, I only have 100 mats to protect myself. So I felt that it'd be safer if I just hold off and wait until, the opportunity presents itself, and then I'm able to then push back up to the top. Here's very important, also checking to make sure that all of your walls are yours. So as you can see, I'm going through, using it to edit to get visualization of the battlefield, but I'm also making sure that they're all mine. So I notice here that this stair is not mine. So what I want to do is I try to delete it, or pickaxe it down and put my own stair, so that I'm able to edit that if needed. If I get in a sticky situation, let's say a team drops down on me, and I need to quickly edit out under the stair because they're shooting at me from above. So that's important. I'm using this angle to peek at the team I know that's below me. Because there's 2 low, 2 high, and then me and my teammate, 1 low, 1 high. So I'm trying to see, if I can get an easy, cheeky shot by doing this window peek right here while I'm crouched. I wanted maybe to try to get that elimination on that down guy, so I finished the rest of the edit. And it's very important that you use those bottom 4 square edit when you're in your little base like that, because it's hard to, you can't grab the edit when it's down on the square like a triangle. So you have to use this little 4 arc edit, so you're able to quickly grab it, like you can see me do it right here. I finish off the guy that I killed earlier because we're playing like tournament style, so get to secure the kill if you can. And you see how I made that edit is it's a lot easier to do that than doing the triangle method. So I saw my teammate got the finish, and I'm calling him out, asking if there's another person on him. He called out and said there was, so now I use my mats to get up to their level. I screwed up. I should have did the floor first, but I went straight for the stair. It's very important that you do that first so that you're able to catch yourself when you're losing your stamina. So, I'm just trying to see if I can get an easy shot without having to use my mats. Realize my teammate went down, so I start booking up there. He finishes off my teammate, so I try to get into his little build. He's just holding that position, so I realize that, so I try to back off so he doesn't edit with me and hit me with a shotgun. And then just chose to shoot it down and knock him to his death. I decided then to fall off because the guy was trying to spam me with an AR. And I didn't want to get down to knock damage, so I just wanted to, reset, get my health back up, and then make a move. I saw that I had a launch pad, and I decided, it'd be a great time to just launch to him. Sorry, excuse me. Making sure I get my shotgun out. And here's a very important step. I bait to make it seem like I go right. See, I made that dip right. He thinks I went right, and he's looking down. Should have hit that shot, but it's all good. Ran out of mats. Guy tries to go on top of me, so I try to shoot him down with my sub. I continue to just spam it. I should have switched to my scar, but it's all good. Knocked him down anyway. Nice little flick shot at the end for the win. And that concludes this video of Duo Squad. Please subscribe to the channel for more content, and see you next time.